Hello. I just need a lot of coffee today. I'm so dragging, but happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Yes, this is the Trenta. Um, and I do have an addiction to Starbucks. We all know that. Anyway, let's talk about Starbucks tonight. And my absolute addiction to coffee. But I do hope you have a good drink, as per every Friday, whether it's coffee or actually have a tea. I have also a huge tea as well. Well, a couple of came with it. Um, yeah, so stay hydrated, sit back, and let's discuss the goings on. Now, I'm not going to discuss a lot of the political stuff tonight as much because, that's just kind of blasé. There's too much exciting news other than that that's going on. No one likes war. I don't like to talk about war all the time because we all know that I do not like this current war. I don't like nor approve of this military action. If you're like, it's not a war, it's military action. Yeah, I know that. I don't like it because it's our tax dollars and they're wanting $200 billion. The Pentagon is asking for $200 billion for more of it. And we got dragged into it. I can go on and on and and just vent the entire thing. But I'm against this. And I'm against the next war or military action, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't give a fuck. I don't like it. None of it. Right? War sucks. Anyway, so we have some kind of breaking news, and it's not so much as breaking as, it came up actually a few hours ago, 12 hours ago, maybe about 12 hours ago. We lost a legend. I would say no, no, no. Can't say we lost a legend because this guy doesn't get lost. Okay. If you think you lost him, you're the one that's lost. Chuck Norris, at the age of 86, has decided to greet death as an old friend and departed as equals. Yes, that is from Harry Potter. And I am an absolute nerd, but it's true. Like Chuck Norris doesn't just die. That's just Chuck Norris. So uh, Chuck Norris didn't greet death, or no, death didn't greet Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris greeted death, and I've seen people say condolences to the Grim Reaper. Now, I'm sure when the Grim Reaper came to collect Chuck, he had to have Chuck's permission to take him. So, there's not anything really out about his cause of death. Now, he was 86 years old, so he was quite getting there in age. Like, realistically, the fact that he's kind of legendary and invincible and all the other jokes about him, he was 86. All right. Granted, he was still pretty good shape. He was the spokesman for what, Bowflex the whole time. I'm not sure if he was a spokesman. I heard that he's a lot more involved with the Bowflex than that, but he was pretty spry. As far as we know, he's still pretty spry. He did Bowflex. He did martial arts. Actually, that's one of the things he's known for is his martial arts. And he's just been a legend. That's why there's so many jokes about Chuck Norris. Like Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his father did. Just there's just the wildest things, and the only best way you could hype it up is that it's always Chuck Norris. So he's gone now. And we're gonna have to live with that. But the jokes and memes, they should forever uh live on because that's the legend of Chuck Norris. So his passing was announced today. And it was posted on Instagram and all his social media accounts. Now, according to his family, it was a sudden event. But he was surrounded by his family, and that is, I guess, the best way to go. Now, in regards to what, as I said, there's no actual cause of death that has been released yet. Now, they have been saying that there was a medical emergency, and some were saying that he had, um, you know, been in the hospital. But according to reports, it's that he had, a medical emergency, but he was in good spirits up to it. So, we don't know what to believe. Honestly, at his age, at 86, Hulk Hogan went out, with a heart attack. And if he was in good spirits, it could have been something sudden like that. Like, I'm not going to just completely speculate, but I'm just saying, his age, you know, I don't know if like what he did hit during his life, he was a fitness guru, so I don't think he would have been on or taken anything that would have been like unhealthy. He doesn't seem like that type. But I don't know him. And none of us know him behind closed doors except as him and his family. So in terms of what could have led to his death, I don't know. But something sudden, like for an 86-year-old, you can always speculate that, there's things like it could be like a heart attack, or it could have been like a stroke, or it could have been a number of things. He was 86, 86. Uh, so throw down some of your best Chuck Norris jokes in the comments, and I'll bring them up on the show. Um, by the way, before I forget, I gotta do the whole like what YouTube says to do: like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to make sure you make it for the live stream. Otherwise, you can always catch the replay. So, yeah. All right. So, Chuck Norris, as a kid, I did watch Walker Texas Ranger growing up, and it was a fun show. And there's some sort of meme. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like from some episode of Walker Texas Ranger, and it was like taken out of context. And I don't know if anybody can find it. I'm sorry, I gotta. It's horrible. It's very dark. Like I said, it's taken out of context. And so what it is that in this episode of Walker Texas Ranger, this clip taken out of context, it's just this kid. He just says, "Walker told me I have AIDS." Like it was just taken out of context. It was extremely dark, and it just sounds almost like I don't know. I'm not going to explain jokes to you, but it was like one of the funniest clips. And that's one thing I always remember Walker Texas Ranger for, just that like clip out of context. So let's pull up some Chuck Norris jokes, in memory of Chuck Norris, raise your glass. I'll get coffee and tea. Raise your glass to Chuck, you know, wonderful memories, jokes, everything. What a legend. And honestly, may he rest in peace, or, well, may peace rest because of Chuck Norris. All right, let's get some of these Chuck Norris jokes up here. From Christopher Skelly, Chuck Norris once won a shooting competition by hitting 11 out of 10 targets with only 9 bullets. That's cute. I like that one. Let's get some more up here. Why isn't my thing scrolling? There we go. Chuck Norris visited the Great Pyramids to see the sandcastles he built as a kid. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Chuck Norris could speak Latin and Esperanto. I don't think I get that one. I don't get that one. If anyone else gets that one, you can explain it to me because I'm a little tired and slow. Chuck Norris trained the doctor who helped bring him to the world. He defeated death, not the other way around. Yes, I believe that for sure. Chuck Norris doesn't swim. Water just wants to be around him. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? It's Chuck Norris. I'm just kind of scrolling back up through the ones that were already. Chuck Norris attacked sharks when he smelled them bleed. Chuck Norris invented rap music when his heart started beating. When Chuck Norris gets pulled over, he lets cops off with a warning. Chuck Norris doesn't pay taxes. He submits a picture of himself to the IRS. You know, he could have at least taken out the IRS for us before he checked out, you know? IRS is afraid of a Chuck Norris audit. Latin Esperanto. Oh, okay. Okay. Although there's some people who do speak Latin, but of course they don't know for sure how things are actually pronounced. But there are like Latin is doesn't exist as like a native tongue, but it exists as like something you can just like study. Like Tom Hiddleston, he actually speaks Latin. Like if you watch the Loki series, Tom Hiddleston actually does speak Latin as Loki, and I think as a nerd, he really enjoyed that because, like I said, you know, he studied Latin, but then again, he also majored in like the Greek um, theater and literature and stuff. Anyway, this isn't about Tom Hiddleston. This is about Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris terminated the Terminator. The law fought Chuck Norris, and Chuck Norris won. Chuck Norris was once bitten by a king cobra, and after 3 agonizing days, the snake died. I think I've heard that one before. That's one of my favorites. Um, let's what else? Do we got any more? Tornadoes don't exist. Chuck Norris hates trailer parks. That's great. That's great. Oh wait, here's what. Chuck Norris was bitten by a black mamba. The black mamba perished. Chuck Norris is in battle. He allows you to lose. Chuck Norris planted the Garden of Eden. Oh man. You know, I do hope that these jokes still live on despite the fact that he's passed now. And maybe like they'll get even better in the sense where it's like Chuck Norris isn't dead. Um, Death is Chuck Norris. You know. Oh, that's one. Yeah, that could work. When God said, "Let there be light," Chuck Norris said to God, "Say please." uh, Chuck Norris uses his own blood as fertilizer. Okay. All right. Um, Now I did try to look up some more information about his death. And like I said, there was nothing released. But he was like I got some like facts about Chuck Norris to share here. He was a 6-time world karate champion. 6 times world karate champion. Now he was also an Air Force veteran, so he should be receiving veteran honors. Um, it just say that it's noted here that he was an internet meme icon for his exaggerated tough guy persona. That wasn't exaggerated. No, it was toned down. Now, yeah, he was born like March 10th, 1940, so his birthday was just 10 days ago. That sucks. Like he just turned uh 86. So that's like 10 days ago. That's pretty sad. Now his family's statement, what they put out, they said to the world he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. Now, you know, I'm going about this not sad, not weeping. You know, the man brought a lot of joy to people, even if it was just, the memes. Or even if you like took Walker Texas Ranger to heart, you even have on was it Talladega Nights? He named his kids Walker and like Texas Ranger, I believe. So he's a legend, and yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia when it comes to Chuck Norris. There's just a lot of things that he's a facet in a lot of people's lives, especially the 90s kids, and 80s kids too, because he was, a major movie star and like the whole martial arts scene in the 80s as well. So, I'm not weeping, crying. He was 86 years old. You know, that's a long life. It really is. Especially because, men, statistically don't live super long as what like women usually live longer than men. So 86, that's a ripe age. Um, but he was actually in Hawaii when he passed, which I didn't know that he lived there, but I'm guessing he lived in Hawaii. So at least he kind of, went in paradise because, it's Hawaii. Um, but yeah, I just kind of really wanted to remember him more on like what he brought to the world. The joy, the fun, the like the warmth, the happiness that he brought to kids. A lot of kids, like I said, grew up watching him. A lot of y'all, I'm sure, grew up watching him too. So, this is more of a celebration of his memory. And I really do hope his family finds peace because, of course, their view of him is going to differ from all of ours. I'm going to say he was all of everybody's dad in a way, because he wasn't really a dad figure, kind of was a dad figure. But he meant a lot to a lot of people and definitely meant a lot to his family. So, I do wish them peace in this because he was something else to them, but he meant something to a lot of us. I you know, I'm a 90s kid. Of course, Chuck Norris was definitely a thing. So yeah, I when I heard about it, I was like, there's no way. There's no way unless he let it happen because death doesn't come for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris comes for death. But yeah, and no tears here. Just, if he had a sort of medical emergency, I hope it wasn't painful. I hope it was painless for him because he seemed like he was a legitimately good guy. Now, he did sue people for like the meme. I think somebody made a book, I believe, with all the whole like meme jokes like we were just going off with. But he didn't do it for the money. He just did it to kind of make a point because I guess he was so humble that he didn't want people to think that those were factual. Which, of course, nobody's going to think that he lost his virginity before his father or that, you know, he doesn't do push ups, the earth moves, or whatever how that one goes. Of course, no one actually believes that, it's jokes. We all know he was human. Uh, but I guess he was just concerned if anybody believed it. So he sued them, but I don't think he really sued them really for any amount, nothing crazy. So he just like he was a greedy guy. He's like he was a really actually good man. So and I just I hate to see when bad things happen to good people. But he lived to be 86 years old. So I would say he lived a good long life, which as a good man, that's the best thing you could do. Surrounded by your family and, you know, yeah. So anyway, uh yeah. So I hope we all think of his family in this time. Hope they find peace. I couldn't imagine, you know. but 86, 86. It's a good long life. It is. All right. So, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Thank you for the memories. Now, LG wants to be surrounded by family and Pomeranians when she goes, yes, I want to be a Pomeranian breeder one day. I think that would be awesome. Have little fluff balls around. But my issue is I wouldn't want to sell any of them. I would just want to keep them and just have this huge, huge farm of just Pomeranians. Uh, yeah, Pomeranian enthusiast. Death comes to us all. It's the one thing we have in common. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing that, yeah, we all will have in common. Nothing is only thing permanent is impermanence, they say. But death is the only thing that actually is permanent. He didn't pass away. He roundhouse kicked his way to the next level. Yeah, he probably is. He probably is like some on some other like dimensional plane. And he's beyond. Hey LG, Jake went pretty hard on goth chicks in one of his recent streams. Was wondering if you felt similarly. Um, I um I watch Jake when I can, to support the community. Uh, I didn't see what he said. Um, okay, I can only assume what he said because I've seen his views regarding like the goth chicks in the community, and when it comes to things like how some of them either use their sexuality like as their personality, like I'm not going to sit here and just say they shouldn't use their sexuality because I have a pinup calendar myself, but it's not my personality. Uh, and not only that, how some just, you know, use it for activism or try to equate it with activism. That's something that's just an issue. And they overly gatekeep because the truth be told is that a lot of the subculture really is mostly performative for a lot of girls online. Uh, they seek to actually check boxes for clout, for clicks, and because they get addicted to the attention, to be honest. Uh, and they just it just kind of goes to their heads, and then they think that they have some sort of authority over a subculture that's older than they are. And the thing is that nobody has authority in a nonconformist subculture, but yet they demand conformity. So it's just like this whole hodgepodge of just issues with these people. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, leftism has absolutely perverted a lot of subcultures that seem rebellious. But the thing is that leftism requires conformity. So it's a huge it just goes around and around as being antithetical to itself and becomes one big oxymoron. So I don't know what he said, if that's what he said or anything else, but in terms of how I view a lot of the goth community online, that's a lot of what it is. Um, because, the whole leftism, although they say they're the resistance, the rebellion, but the thing is that Hollywood, academia, the media, all of that agrees with their worldview, as does the deep state. They're not the resistance as much as they think they are, or at all. Like, really. So, yeah, it's people who, and a lot of it's people who haven't grown up because I was actually leftist in my youth. But when you grow up, you learn how the world works. and you actually understand that like things change, not just yourself as an, when you become an adult, but you know, the world changes and there's different perceptions that you get as you grow up. Some things just aren't rebellious anymore. Like being left is not rebellious anymore. It's the default actually nowadays because like I said, academia, media, Hollywood, all of them lean left. There's nothing rebellious about that. What's rebellious about that? Nothing. And it's like it just feels rebellious to be anti-conservative, and that's all they are. They're just anti-conservative. They don't really stand for much of anything except socialism, like promoting socialism when they don't even really understand it or the history of it, or how and why it doesn't and wouldn't work. Because it feels rebellious, it feels good. They're all excessive being good people. Yeah, it's all about a bit of narcissism, a bit of boredom that they, want to feel like they're the good people, wanting to feel like they're doing something, want to be a part of something. Uh, so yeah. Sorry, I got my little soapbox here a little bit, but I could go on and on about that. I agree with Jake on a lot of things. Some things we don't agree on, but one thing that Jake and I definitely agree on is that leftism is absolutely the establishment, and all these bitches are a bunch of coggies. They really are. Okay. Off the soapbox. I could be there all night. Now, something else I wanted to go over that actually kind of excited me. Because, of course, as a libertarian, I don't like the law. I don't like government, obviously. That's just, that is real rebellion. Libertarianism is a lot more rebellious than being left wing these days. You won't believe how many times they get called a fascist when it's like, do you even know what a libertarian is? Like, it's the closest thing to anarchy, but still having a government. Yeah. Anyway, um, so if you've been picking up in the news, or at least seeing it on X, Afroman. Afroman recently got sued by the Adams County Sheriff's Department, because um, okay, it goes back to August 2022. What happened was the Adams County Sheriff's Department, they executed a search warrant at his house. Now they were suspected that he was drug trafficking, there's kidnapping even. Apparently, they suspected some sort of dungeon. I don't know what kind of lies they were thinking about, but he wasn't home at the time. But they broke in, like um, they broke down his gate and door, and they went all around his house. They had like their full, rifles and everything, just like SWAT team marching through his house, nobody home. Yes, I have some little bar here. I don't know. Um, so it was uh it was like a search without him there. Okay. Broke down everything. And the thing is that, we have the Fourth Amendment, which is supposed to, protect us from unreasonable searches and seizures. So first off, that was, the warrant or not, he wasn't there. They just kind of broke down his shit. Now, since they found nothing, they didn't even charge him with anything because they couldn't. But they broke his shit, right? Like his doors, and they didn't want to pay for it or anything else. And he had security cameras, so he's able to watch it all. And apparently, at one point, they actually turned off the security cameras. Like, you're not doing anything you're not supposed to, right? So what he did was he did what Afro Man does best and made songs about it. Now, if you're not familiar with Afro Man, this guy's hilarious. He is a total character. He got popular. His big breakout popular song was called "Because I Got High," and it's absolutely hilarious. It's a funny little stoner anthem. and it's just it's a fun song. It's a fun and funny song. Um, but he released a bunch of songs about the Adams County Sheriff's Department, not just the Sheriff's Department, but specific people. Now, there's one that is called Lemon Pound Cake. And the story behind that one is whenever they were searching through his house, there was one of the, I think it's one of the deputies or a detective, I'm not sure which one, going through his kitchen, and he had like a camera like into his kitchen there, and on the island in the kitchen there was a cake, a lemon pound cake, in like those little cake stands with the cover and such, and you can even see it on the security cam. And there was this one cop or deputy or detective or whatever stopped and stared at it for a bit. It was just kind of like ooh, that looks good. And then he kept walking, of course. So Afroman made a song about it called Lemon Pound Cake. Uh, and it was like he wants a slice lemon pound cake because he got high. Yeah. Although he wasn't high. But it's Afroman. He makes songs about weed and everything, and it's art. It's expression. But he was sued by 7 deputies. It was 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective, saying defamation, invasion of privacy, and false light. Now, it said they argued his unauthorized use of their likenesses caused them humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, reputational harm, harassment, including death threats, and made their jobs harder. But they raided his house unjustifiably and didn't pay for the things that they broke, like his door. And apparently, they also took some money and didn't give it all back. Like there was money missing. So, what they wanted about 3.9 to 4 million in damages, uh, saying that he profited off like their images and such, by making the songs and everything. Uh, but but the thing is that we had the First Amendment, right? And yes, defamation is definitely a thing. However, the way he went about this whole thing was that he made songs. It's art. It's expression. It's artistic. Songs aren't always to be interpreted literally. Like in the Lemon Pound Cake, it said because he got high. Obviously, he knew the officer wasn't high. Well, I don't know if he really knew, or it could have been. You never know. Cops these days. But the jury sided with Afroman. Wonderfully so. And apparently it didn't even take that long. Now, the jury, it was like 6 hours of deliberation. 6 hours. And it was entirely in Afroman's favor. Now, it was all 13 counts and claims found him not liable. So he fought the law and he won, which is wonderful. And it's just, it was more so the trial itself that was like absolute cinema, because they not they not only hated the fact that he made songs about them, but his lawyer played these songs in court, and one of the cops, like one of the deputies or whatever, she started crying in court, like when they were playing the song about her, and it was oh, it says Steam Labs buffering again. Again, okay, never mind. We need to figure out why this keeps freezing. Um, Maybe I should switch to OBS. That's free. I pay too much for Streamlabs. I hate that if anybody knows about OBS, send me some info because I am sick of Streamlabs freezing all the time. I pay too much for Streamlabs for it to be, or no, StreamYard, not Streamlabs. I'm on StreamYard. Maybe I should switch to Streamlabs. Anyway, uh, so I, the kind of lyrics some of these were like, like lemon pound cake. He's saying because he got high. That wasn't even the worst of it. There was one that was like lick 'em up Lisa saying that she munched his wife's carpet and such, and it was really like really obscene, and it was really funny. Uh, so yeah, I had to go looking that much up, but that's what was the best part about it was the trial because they played all of this in front of them. They had to actually sit there and listen quietly because they're in trial to all these songs, and it almost felt like his lawyer was like taunting them with it. But the thing is that they absolutely brought it on themselves, and they deserved all the flack that Afroman gave it. Honestly, they're lucky they didn't get sued by Afroman to begin with, because not only was money missing, but they broke his door, they broke his gate, and they executed a search warrant without him there, and like in full garb and gear. Found nothing, so they couldn't charge with anything, right? But they didn't admit to their oops or anything. They just kind of like broke his shit and just like left. So they're lucky he didn't sue them. All he did was just use his First Amendment right, his artistic, freedom of expression, and made some hilarious roast songs about them. And the songs are great because they're Afro Man, they're hilarious. And then they cried about it. Like, well, didn't y'all just like break his shit and just leave and like money's missing? And apparently they are the ones that admitted, like, oh, not all the money's there. Like the lady that at the sheriff's department that gave it back to him told him that it wasn't all there, that they were short. Yeah, munched his wife's. Yeah, yeah. It was. Oh, let me find the song. Let's see. I'm not gonna play the song because copyright and stuff. Um, but I'll read some of the lyrics. I'll have to bleep it if I make this into a short. Uh, let's see. Okay, so it's called Lick 'em Low Lisa. And there's a picture of who it is when you look up the lyrics. It's so funny. So okay, yeah, because it gets into specifics here. This is how these songs go. Like the songs that he made about them. It says, "Lick 'em low, Lisa came to town. Lisa, she came to town. She ate pussy. She ate all the pussy all around. Pussy all around. From Adams County to the 275, 275. Lick 'em low, Lisa, licking every pussy alive. Lisa licking all the pussy." Uh, so this is about, I don't know, Lisa. Wait, wait, it's in here. Yeah, it even gets specific. When Lickum Low Lisa joined the Adams County Sheriff Department, husband was complaining because she was munching on their wife's carpet, munching on the carpet. Yeah, Lickum Low, Lisa Lickum Slow, Lisa Lickum Fast. Yeah, yeah. That's just that one. That's probably the most obscene one. But there's one that's oh goodness. It even has her full name, Lisa Phillips, in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Lisa Phillips, Afroman and Afroman's lawyer. Your client dancing in the driveway saying how I lick pussy and I need to learn how to count how many pussies I've locked. You know, and this has made it hard to where I have to swallow it because of you. Things that's being said. Are you Lieutenant Lickum Low Lisa Phillips? Pussy licking girls. How would you like to go to Walmart and be called a guy because of your voice? Or ask you if you got a pecker? How would you like that? You like a female or a guy asking if you got a vagina? Probably not. Uh, wow. This is. I guess he added this because, or maybe he made this after. But yeah, look up these lyrics. I'm not gonna read them all. It's just it's really hilarious. It's really obscene, but he roasted the out of her. A lot of them too. Like she's not the only one. But he he really roasted the hell out of them. There was one that he made that is kind of I guess it goes over all of them. And the music video, I saw some of it, like Afroman is coming to you. See, is it Afroman's coming to town? No. Uh, oh yeah, Afroman is gonna do you, I think. Yeah, battle him of the police. This is against Adams County. Oh wait, is this the whole album? Okay, it's Bataram him of the police whistleblower lyrics. Like, if only we can just all go against the government and stuff like this hard. And it's to the tune of uh glory, glory, hallelujah. It's mine eyes have seen the corruption of the Adam County cops stealing money, stealing cake when they make they traffic stops. First they screw you, then they sue you, play games and dismiss your claims. The proofs on the internet. Um and then when he goes into this further, my gate don't operate and my door is on the floor. My camera's disconnected. Lisa Phillips is a it doesn't actually say that, but you can finish the sentence. Downtown they take my mama's lemon pound cake. Or no, yeah. Downtown they take my mama's lemon pound cake. My proofs on the internet. Yeah, um, it's just epic. Absolutely epic. Like we should we should all take a page out of Afroman's book because taking on the crooked cops, the government at this level and just roasting them. Just like I like to bully politicians. That's what I like to do. He's bullying his local sheriff's department, which is still absolutely hilarious. We have the freedom to do so. They're the government. They're still the government, you know? Bully them. If you can bully them, bully them. Um, so let's all take a page out of Afroman's book. Like if they do something, roast them because that's it's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. He did everything he is in like entitled to do under the law, which is use his art, use what he does. He's an entertainer, and he definitely entertained. And the trial itself was entertaining. I'm not going to play too much because I'm sure there's copyrights. I'm not going to get copyright struck. Um, but there's so many hilarious clips. And then there's like the Lisa, I think it was Lisa that was actually crying, Lisa Phillips, the one that he was the lick 'em low Lisa. Uh she cried. I think he made fun of her for crying too. Just like with journalists, bully journalists until they cry and then bully them for crying. Uh he did that with this deputy. Uh let's see. Uh you can steal my weed, don't take a man's yeller cake. Yeah, they took the lemon pound cake. That lemon pound cake song slaps though. Like it's been in my head all day since I heard it. I was like lemon pound cake. Um, let's see. Let's go to some cover comments. Yellow cake. Chappelle show predicted the future. Yeah, yeah. Oh wait. Let's go more comments here. It was an anthem for the lawsuit, and it was a great anthem. It's very catchy. But does he have a whole album with these diss tracks? Because they're amazing. They're hilarious. And I really think that people should drag their government a lot more. Like the way he did it was just wonderful. Um okay, so it is there's six. Oh, he flat out has a song on there. So there's 6 tracks on it. It's actually an album called Disses Against Adams County Sheriff's Office. And there's Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. Brian Newland is a flag, missing lyrics. Or no, hang on, that was there. That was a note on the website. Uh, Batter him of the police whistleblower. One called Freedom of Speech, The Lick 'em Low Lisa, and Sean Grooming Grooms. Oh goodness, let's look at that one. Sean Grooming Grooms. I think there was one that was one of the deputies was actually arrested. It says Sean, grooms, girls, high on shrooms, drops his Fruit of the Looms in cheap hotel rooms. Then he bang ding dongs, fucks them with brooms, Sean Grooms. Uh oh goodness. And then wow. He gets into their personal lives here. Uh Fucks him with brooms, Sean Grooms, blamed me for his divorce, but his ex-wife Rhonda said he was having too much intercourse. Uh Sean Grooms is an Adams County cop. He has sex on duty with every drug addict he stops. Natasha Purton buck naked on the street. She was dancing alone. Sean Grooms pulled up, then he gave her his bone. Wow. Man. Oh man. Can y'all believe this? Oh man. Can we get like Brian Gropner like collab? Let's just drag some politicians and like make it make some like actual diss track album for these politicians. Hey, Brian, I don't think you're watching. If you're watching, hit me up. Let's make some diss tracks. Oh man. Oh, that's glorious. And that's just the Sean one. So it's a 6-track album. And I think I'm gonna see if it's on iTunes. Let's check. Is it on iTunes? The Adams This is against Adams County Sheriff's Office. Because this is just too good. Absolutely too good. Okay, Adams against. Okay, nope, hang on. Let's just search Afroman. Um, Albums. Okay, Lemon Pound Cake is on here, and oh, okay. He's got a whole album called Lemon Pound Cake, and it's actually he's got the picture of the cake that was on his counter on the cover, and it not all of it is uh that stuff, but Lemon Pound Cake is on here. There's a song called The Police Raid. Now, I don't see the other ones, like Lick 'em Low Lisa or um was it the Sean Groom? Let's see. Yeah, Lemon Pound Cake. Of course, because I got high in here. He's got a song called Deck My Balls. All right. Yeah, I don't see much of any of the other ones. I don't see the the battle hymn that has like multiple people that he's dragging in there. But Lemon Pound Cake is at least in there, and that's just a banger. If you haven't heard Lemon Pound Cake, it's just great. All right. Massey Paul 28. I think the string waits until LG smiles a certain way, then freezes. The fact that it keeps freezing is a big issue because, like, I upgraded my equipment, so I should have better streams. Like, I have a nice mic now. I have a nicer camera now. Uh, so the fact that now I have issues, it's got to be StreamYard. So I should probably switch from StreamYard, tell StreamYard to and get a new streaming service because every stream I've had since I upgraded my stuff has been freezing. So I don't know. I don't think it's my stuff. I don't think it's me. I don't think it's my stuff because everything else still works. I just probably should switch from StreamYard. Maybe OBS. Um, I hear better things about OBS. Yes, it absolutely does. I'm really hating it more and more, and I even upgraded. So yeah, do not recommend StreamYard at all. Like it's easy, it's very user friendly, but I keep having freezing during my streams, and that's not cool, especially as much as I pay for it. Like every stream, I freeze, and sometimes it's like freezing for like 5 minutes even. It's horrible. Would recommend Streamlabs or OBS. Streamlabs for plug and play ease. OBS for more customers. Yeah, I think I should probably like not be so lazy and go with OBS because more customization. That'd be great. I just need to just learn how to use it. Um, yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll look into OBS. Hopefully, like it might not take me like next week, but and then be able to cancel, StreamYard because this is crap. I shouldn't be freezing like this. I'm sure if I had OBS, it would be freezing. But yeah. So if anybody knows a lot about OBS, send me some info, please. Please. All right. But as far as the other news goes, yeah, like the war, because it's not a war. I hear that Trump's wanting to scale it back. That'd be great. How about he just stop? You know, the Ayatollah's taken out. Now they have a gay Ayatollah, which is cool for them, but kind of really ironically hilarious. Um, it's a special military operation there. A special military operation. It's not a uh yeah. Anyway, it's not a war, it's clearing up space for real estate. Yeah, for greater okay. Maybe I shouldn't finish that sentence. The greater other country project. Okay. All right. We got 5 minutes left. So you know what that means? Oh, it's already been about an hour. Like time goes by fast with y'all. I have so much fun with all y'all. It's just wonderful. It's never dull when I get on here and rant and rave and just hang out with y'all. It's just wonderful. Time of my life. But I do want to like say, of course, like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Went over that already. I also have a Patreon. It's more dedicated to things like my pinups. It is not obscene. It's not meant to be obscene. It is classy, and it is just a bit more personal. So if you like beyond the news and going over my rantings, and you just kind of like want to, I don't know, talk or pin up photos, that's on my Patreon. So check out my Patreon if you're into that. Or you can subscribe to me on X for $2. It's a throwback to the $2 Chuck, one of my favorite wines of all time. And I'm not raising that price. That price is going to stay the same. And I try to post on the subscribes for the X as much as I can, but I don't know what to post. Like, I run out of content. Like, I don't like content. I run out of content, but I'm kind of like, I don't know what is special enough to post there. Um, but if you are interested in extra pinups from my pinup photography sessions, I try to post it on Patreon at least maybe once a week or so. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead and hear from today's sponsor. All y'all really do sponsor me with your support. Even if you feed my coffee habit. um, let's hear from today's sponsor, which is libertariangolf.com. It is the internet's largest alternative geared Liberty apparel store. We now have the America only merch in death or black metal font. There's this one, which is a lot more legible. I do like this one. America only, like I said, it's a lot more legible. Um, and then there's this one, which is a lot less legible, that looks like a goat head. So it's actually pretty metal. Looks like the eyes and then like nose and chin and horns. But yeah, this also says America only. If you can read it, if you're able to read black metal, yeah, there's your America only in a goat's head. How metal is that? That's pretty metal. I love it. Even if I did make it, I love it. Yeah, shirts, hoodies, hats, snapbacks, tank tops, and of course, we have the ever popular Cyberbully the Government as well. And we got mugs. We got calendars still. We don't have any more signed calendars. My apologies. I will not be restocking those. So if you missed it, better luck next year because those are best to be pre-ordered to guarantee one because I do not order many extras of those. Um, but yeah, got all my extra pinup stuff here if you're interested in that. Some pinups from last year that are still up because, why not? But yeah, check it out. Even if you just browse, I'm just flattered that anybody even just browses. And it's springtime, it's coming up. Get yourself some swimwear. I have swim trunks. Most of the other guys out there, I got some swim trunks. I actually designed this myself. Like physically worked on this. I gotta show you. I'm kind of proud of it. All right, let's see. Can you zoom in on it? I don't know if you can zoom in on it. There we go. It is like the whole Gothic damask design. It's usually like kind of like leaves and other kind of stuff, but it's guns. It's one of my pride and joys. It's guns as like the damask flower, and then there's like one big knife in the middle and skulls. So it's like the old Victorian damask wallpaper, but with guns and skulls. So yeah, yeah. These are actually really good sellers. And everybody who's gotten a pair likes it. They're pretty awesome. And then, of course, just like American flag ones, of course. But yeah, check it out because the warm weather's coming up and it's a good swim trunks. All right. Well, I do want to thank everybody for coming on, hanging out, and, remembering the great Chuck Norris and celebrating an epic troll of the Adams County Sheriff's Department. Afroman for president. All right. So I do hope you have a great rest of your night. Um, and remember to always lead with kindness unless they don't deserve it.